I'm sick of the lies. The lies. The lies the mainstream sports media tells you Bron fanboys to make you believe LeBron James is the GOAT. He not the GOAT, dog. He not the GOAT. All right? That's the facts, dog. You already know what it is, man. The real NBA fans, oh yeah, we all know that LeBron James is not the GOAT. But once again, dog, here come the Bron fanboys. Yep. Here come the Bron fanboys. Out here again. Acting like they acting like LeBron got a case, dog. They acting like LeBron got a case. You see the last video I did, dog. Last video I did where I said Jordan's the true GOAT, gatekeeper of strong teams, dog. One of the Bron fanboys came in the comments, dog. Yep, came in the comments. What'd they say, dog? They said, what strong teams did Michael Jordan face? And all the strong teams of the 80s, they beat Michael multiple times. They beat him multiple times. So I don't know what you're talking about when you say he faced some strong teams and he was a gatekeeper for these strong teams, dog. Didn't even watch the video all the way through, dog. Didn't watch it. Didn't see what I was talking about. Completely missed the whole point of what I was saying, dog. But that's okay. You want to move the goalposts, right? You want to change the subject onto the 80s now because of who he was destroying and stopping from winning in the 90s. Okay. So now he wants to talk about the 80s. You see what I'm saying? Forget about the 90s. What about the 80s? Okay. Let's talk about the 80s then, dog. You see, when Michael Jordan, he was drafted, 1984, dog. So the 1984-85 season, that was his first season in the league, dog. You see what I'm saying? We can look at the landscape, dog. The competitive landscape, dog. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's look at the competitive landscape, dog. Let's look at the competitive landscape of when Michael first came into the league, dog. Oh, yeah. I did some research. You know? Let's take a look, dog. Let's take a look. 1984-85, dog. He didn't face no strong teams. It wasn't a strong league. It wasn't competitive. Here's what we got, dog. The best record in the Eastern Conference was the 63-19 Boston Celtics. 63-19, dog. Yep. The second best record in the conference, in the Eastern Conference, was the 59-23 Milwaukee Bucks. And that would be the team that Michael Jordan would face in the first round. You see what I'm saying? A 38-44 Bulls facing a 59-23 Bucks. You see what I'm saying? The Bucks had 21 more wins, dog, than the Bulls. 21. You see what I'm saying? Was Michael supposed to beat that team his rookie year? He's supposed to be. Come on, dog. We got to be realistic. We got to be objective, dog. You see what I'm saying? Y'all be out here, these Bron fanboys acting like, well, if Michael was so great, he should have started immediately beating everybody as soon as he came into the league. That is a problem, dog. You see what I'm saying? And then the same thing, when we look at LeBron, dog, LeBron wasn't beating everybody when he came into the league. When he first came into the league, he missed the playoffs twice, dog. For his first 2 years, he missed the playoffs twice. But y'all want to look at Michael. Well, Michael, he was losing in the first round. At least he was making the playoffs in this highly competitive landscape, dog. You see what I'm saying? And you might want to say, oh, well, Michael, his team had a losing record, shouldn't have been in the playoffs. Yeah, okay, you can say that, but guess what, dog? We can look at who he beat, dog, in his division and things of that nature and see why he got to the playoffs, dog. He was winning the games that mattered. You see what I'm saying? He was winning the games that mattered. He may not have been beating every single body, but he was winning the games that mattered. LeBron was not doing that, dog. And that's why LeBron missed the playoffs, dog. You see what I'm saying? And even in his second year, there was supposed to be a tiebreaker, dog. And he lost the tiebreaker and missed the playoffs in his second year. You see what I'm saying? He was losing the games that he needed to win to be able to have playoff contention. Michael Jordan was not doing that, dog. You see what I'm saying? So even if he had a losing record going into the playoffs, he was at least winning the games in his division, the necessary games to get a leg up so he could get to the playoffs, dog. Once again, winning when it matters, dog. That's something we can never really rely on LeBron to do, dog, is win when it matters, dog. You see what I'm saying? So we look, dog. We look at the 58 and 24 76ers, also in the 1984-85 season. So we've got three teams, dog. Three teams that have more than 50 wins in the Eastern Conference. The first time that Michael Jordan makes it into the league, his rookie year, dog. And he faces the second best record out of all of them, dog. The 59 and 23 Milwaukee Bucks, dog. He gets eliminated in the first round with his 38 and 44 team. You see what I'm saying? Okay. That's reasonable. You know what I'm saying? That's realistic. Let's go to 1984-86 or 1985-86 season, dog. We got the Celtics, dog. The Celtics, they were 67 and 15. The Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks, yet again, 57 and 25. And we got the Sixers yet again, and they are 54 and 28. We have three teams in the Eastern Conference with more than 50 wins, dog. Three teams in the East. You know what? Let's go over to LeBron. When LeBron first got in the league, dog. You see, his first year, there's the 64 and 18 Pistons. Ooh. The 52 and 30 Heat. And the 50 and 32 Cavaliers. We're talking about when he first got to the playoffs, dog. When he first got to the playoffs, the only two 50-win teams in the league besides LeBron were just the Heat and the Pistons, dog. So he only had to deal with two teams. Two, possibly. You know, that had more than 50 wins, dog. Just two. It wasn't three like Michael. Michael came in the league, there was three different teams in his conference that had more than 50 wins. When LeBron got to the playoffs, dog, there were only two teams that had more than 50 wins. And he faced the one with the best record, the 64 and 18 Pistons, and he took the L. Reasonable. You see what I'm saying? That's realistic. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying? You had a 50 and 32 team going against a 64 and 18 team. A team that had 14 more wins than you did. Realistic that you lost to that team, dog. You see what I'm saying? You see, we apply fairness across the board, dog. You see what I'm saying? On both sides. You see what I'm saying? Everybody be acting like I'm being unfair to LeBron, dog. I'm being realistic, dog. You see what I'm saying? Was LeBron supposed to beat the Pistons? No. No. If he would have, it would have been an amazing upset, dog. But no, he was not supposed to beat the Pistons. You see what I'm saying? We look at his second year, dog. His second year in the playoffs, 06-07 season. We got the Pistons, dog. They're the only team besides his Cavaliers that have a 50-win record. You know, a team that won at least 50 games, dog. Only one besides him is the Pistons. That's his competition, dog. The Pistons, basically. You see what I'm saying? His competition is the Pistons. Nobody else even got 50 wins, dog. Just the Pistons, and they only have 53, dog. You see what I'm saying? That's who he has to compete with, dog. Just one team that got 50 wins or more. And he ends up beating that team, dog. And that's how he got to the finals. You see what I'm saying? He did not have to compete against any other team that had 50 wins. You see what I'm saying? We already know how he got to the finals. Facing the 41-41 Wizards, the 41-41 Nets, and then the 53-29 Pistons. That's how he got to the finals. You see what I'm saying? Didn't have to deal with that much competition, dog. 53-29 Pistons. Wow. Wow. That's a strong team, ain't it? Not really, dog, when you think about it. Because, fun fact about Michael Jordan, he never lost to any team that had 53 wins or less. You see what I'm saying? Never. So if we're applying the same logic to what Michael was able to accomplish in his career and what LeBron was able to accomplish, you see what I'm saying? Michael would have beat a team that had 53 wins, dog. You see what I'm saying? He never lost to a team with 53 wins his entire career, dog. You see what I'm saying? Let's go to the next year, dog. Michael Jordan, 1986-87 season, dog. You see what I'm saying? The 59-23 Celtics, the 57-25 Hawks, the 52-30 Pistons, and the 50-32 Bucks. That's 4 different teams that got more than 50 wins, dog. 50 or more wins. 4 different teams in his conference, dog. And he is not one of those teams, dog. You see what I'm saying? That's what he's competing against. And he has to face the top team. You see what I'm saying? Because he was the 8th seed, dog. So he has to face the top team in that conference, dog. So in the 86-87 season, dog, he has to face the number 1 Celtics. Just like he faced the number 1 Celtics the year before, dog. You see what I'm saying? He takes the L. Realistic. In 85-86 against the 67-15 Celtics, his team had a 30-52 record. He took the L. Realistic. In 86-87 season, his team had a 40-42 record, a losing record, going against the number 1 team in the conference. The 59-23 Celtics. He takes the L. Realistic, dog. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying? We look at LeBron in his 3rd year, dog. 3rd year in the playoffs. His team is a 45-37 team. And there's 3 teams in his conference. 3 that have 50 or more wins. Man, 3. But Michael, in his 3rd time in the playoffs, he had 4. Not 3, 4. You see what I'm saying? But now we got 3 teams for LeBron. And look. The 52-30 Magic, the 59-23 Pistons, and the 66-16 Celtics, dog. You see what I'm saying? He has to face the number 1 team in the conference, the Celtics, dog. With his 45-37 record, he's going against the 66-16 Celtics. He takes the L. Realistic. That makes sense. You see what I'm saying? Are we expecting LeBron to beat those Celtics, dog? Are we expecting that? No. Real NBA fans, we can gauge what's realistic, what makes sense, and what doesn't make sense, dog. You see what I'm saying? So the first 3 years for both of them, we see what makes sense, dog. You see what I'm saying? Let's get to the 4th year, dog. 1987-88 for Michael, dog. We got 3 teams, dog, that got 50 or more wins, dog. 3, besides the Bulls. All right? Because the Bulls, this is the first time they get a 50-32 record, dog. First time they hit 50 wins. So we got the Celtics, 57-25. We got the Pistons, 54-28. We got the Hawks, 50-32. And we got the Bulls, 50-32, dog. The Bulls have to face the Pistons, 54-28 Pistons. And they take the L. You see what I'm saying? It's realistic. It's close. Because the Pistons only have 4 more wins than the Bulls, But we have to keep in mind, dog, these Pistons are the same Pistons that go to the finals that year, dog. You see what I'm saying? They go to the finals that same season, and they beat the number 1 team in their conference, the Boston Celtics, who were 57-25. So if they're good enough to beat 57-25, they should be good enough to beat 50-32. Realistic, dog. Realistic. Now let's get to LeBron's fourth year, the 08-09 playoffs. We know what happened there. I already did a video on that historic failure. And the Cavaliers, dog, they are a 66-16 team. The only other two teams in his conference that had more than 50 wins were the Magic, 59-23, and the Celtics, 62-20, dog. You see what I'm saying? Once again, the Magic, they ended up beating the 62-20 Celtics, dog, who had 3 more wins than them. And then they turned around and beat LeBron, who had 7 more wins than them. You see what I'm saying? And LeBron, the top team in the conference, he takes the L, dog. That's not realistic. And I explained in the historic 2009 playoffs failure video why that was not realistic, dog. Why LeBron should not have lost against the Magic, dog. Should not have lost against them, dog. You see what I'm saying? So you can keep trying to make excuses. You see what I'm saying? But LeBron had all the advantage, dog. He had a 66-16 team, dog. Like, what are we talking about, dog? You see what I'm saying? When you got that kind of team, you see what I'm saying? You should be making the finals. You know, you should be. You know, if we look at, we can look at the entire 80s from when Michael came into the league, dog. 84-85. The top team in the conference was the Celtics. They went to the finals. 85-86. The top team in the conference was the Celtics. They went to the finals. 86-87. The top team in the conference was the Celtics. They went to the finals. 87-88. The top team in the conference was the Celtics. They did not go to the finals. The Pistons did. They were the second team in the conference. You know, they went to the finals. 88-89. Top team in the conference was the Pistons. They went to the finals. And 89-90, top team in the conference was the Pistons. They went to the finals, dog. Only one out of these 6 seasons did the top team not go to the finals, dog. That's back in the 80s, dog. You see what I'm saying? But if we look at LeBron, dog, you see what I'm saying? In his 6 years, dog, top team in the conference was the Pistons 05-06. Didn't make the finals. 06-07, top team in the conference was the Pistons. They didn't make the finals. 07-08, top team in the conference was the Celtics. They made the finals. 08-09, top team in the conference was the Cavaliers. They didn't make the finals. 09-10, top team in the conference was the Cavaliers. They didn't make the finals. And then if we go to 10-11, when he ran to Miami, dog, top team in the conference was the Bulls, and they didn't make the finals, dog. So only one time out of those 6 years did a top team in the conference actually go on to the finals. You see what I'm saying? It's different, dog. You see, his era is different. His era is weaker. His era, it don't matter who wins what. You see what I'm saying? It don't matter who wins what. That don't mean that they're going to go to the finals, dog. You see what I'm saying? They don't have the balls to take it all the way, dog. You see what I'm saying? And he has done it twice with a 60-win team. You see what I'm saying? Being the top team in the conference and not even getting to the finals, dog. You see what I'm saying? We can look, dog. We can look at the 88-89 season, dog. And with Michael Jordan, dog, the top team in the conference was the Pistons, 63-19. We got the 57-25 Cavaliers. We got the 52-30 Hawks. We got the 52-30 Knicks. You see what I'm saying? The Bulls are not even a 50-win team. He has to compete with 4 teams that got 50 or more wins, and he beats 2 of them. 2 of them. He does not have an all-star teammate. He beats the 52-30 Knicks. He beats the 57-25 Cavaliers in the first round, dog. You see what I'm saying? LeBron ain't doing nothing like that, dog. You see what I'm saying? LeBron ain't doing nothing like that, dog. So for Michael Jordan to not take the L to the Cavaliers and the Knicks, not necessarily realistic. That's kind of like, whoa, hold up, dog. He didn't take the L. He beat those teams. You see, the only team he beat He lost to was the 63-19 Pistons, who were the top team in the conference. You see what I'm saying? That's the only one he's taken the L to, dog. Top teams or teams that are going to the finals that same postseason, dog. You see what I'm saying? That's the only one he's losing to besides his rookie year, dog. Same with LeBron, but we see LeBron has an advantage with the teams he has, dog. You see what I'm saying? We see he has an advantage. And he's still losing, dog. Now we look at the 9-10 season for LeBron, dog. There are 3 teams that got 50 or more wins besides LeBron's Cavaliers, who are at the top of the conference, by the way. And in the second round, he loses to the least wins out of all the teams that got 50 or more wins, dog. The 50-32 Celtics, dog. You see what I'm saying? Loses to them in the second round, dog. Not realistic. He took the L, a 61-21 team, number 1 team in the conference, taking the L to a 50-32 Celtics. Dog, that is not realistic to take that L there. You see what I'm saying? The problem is with these Bron fanboys, dog. They be getting all kinds of upset, dog. All kinds of upset because LeBron ain't coming through for them, dog. And so then they try to point the finger at Michael Jordan and say, well, Michael didn't come through in the 80s. He didn't come through in the 80s. But it's different. It's different landscapes here of competition here, dog. You see what I'm saying? It's different teams. You see, LeBron, he over here, top of his conference, not even getting to the finals, dog. You see what I'm saying? Michael is never top of his conference. He never number 2 in his conference. He was number 2 one time, dog. One time. And that was the 89-90 season, dog. 89-90. He had the second best record in the conference. But he takes the L to the 59-23 Pistons with his 55-27 Bulls, dog. You see what I'm saying? And that would be the first and only time he would ever lose to anyone in the conference when he was in the top 2, dog. The first and only time it would ever happen, dog. You see what I'm saying? And then we know what happens after 89-90 and forward, dog. We know what happens, dog. You see what I'm saying? Michael has finally gotten himself to be the top team in the conference. You see what I'm saying? And now that he's the top team in the conference, he ain't losing. You see what I'm saying? And he could be the top 2 team in the conference from then on. He ain't losing. It don't matter, dog. You see what I'm saying? When he got that kind of advantage, the same advantage that LeBron had earlier than him, he does what he needs to do with it, dog. You see what I'm saying? He makes it happen. Because he's a real GOAT. You see what I'm saying? He's really somebody you can rely on when you have a team that strong to get to the finals, dog. LeBron, you can't rely on him, dog. You see what I'm saying? So you can talk about, you can talk about what the competition was and what the landscape was in the 80s and try to say he didn't face any strong teams, dog. But he was beating some strong teams. You see what I'm saying? Or taking the L to the strongest teams in his conference, dog. You see what I'm saying? While he did not have the strongest team in his conference, dog. Meanwhile, we look at LeBron, dog. He getting cakewalks, He dominating a weak East, but he's still not even getting to the finals, dog. You see what I'm saying? Even though he got the best team in the conference. You see what I'm saying? Michael Jordan ain't never not made the finals on a 60-win team, dog. Never in his career, dog. On a 60-win team, he going to the finals, dog. That's the facts. That's just how it goes, dog. LeBron, he ain't doing that, dog. The first 2 times he was on a 60-win team for back-to-back seasons, and he was an MVP for both of those seasons. Didn't even make the finals, dog. Nah, dog. It's not the same out here, dog. It's not the same, dog. But here are these Bron fanboys, dog. Once again, out here talking a bunch of nonsense, dog. Talking about Michael didn't face any teams in the 80's, dog. You see what I'm saying? He didn't, and the only strong teams in the 80's were they beat them multiple times. Yeah, the Celtics beat them twice. You see what I'm saying? The Pistons beat them 3 times. You see what I'm saying? Every time that they beat them, they were the number 1 team or the number 2 team in the conference. And the only time it was the number 2 team in the conference beating him, besides his rookie year when he got beat by the Bucks, the only time the number 2 team in the conference beat him was when it was the Pistons in the 87-88 season, dog. You see what I'm saying? Every other time, the only team that Michael Jordan is losing to is the top team in the conference, dog. You see what I'm saying? You know, LeBron, he made himself the top team in the conference twice, and he still couldn't make it out, dog. You see what I'm saying? And in a conference that had less teams that had 50 or more wins, dog. You see what I'm saying? We can look at the seasons, dog. How many times, you know, was Michael Jordan's conference? How many times did his conference have 3 or more 50-plus win teams, not including himself? And if we look at Michael Jordan, all 6 years, his conference had 3 or more 50-plus win teams, not including himself. And if we look at LeBron's, dog, how many times did his conference have 3 or more 50-plus win teams, not including himself? And we look at LeBron, only 2. You see what I'm saying? Only 2. So what are we talking about here? Dog, we already know Michael Jordan's competition, you know, in his Eastern Conference was more competitive, dog. It was more difficult in his era, dog. You see what I'm saying? And we know when LeBron came into the Eastern Conference, they called it the Leastern Conference, dog. So these Bron fanboys, they keep trying to nitpick on where Michael failed. But Michael was in a much more competitive situation than LeBron was, dog. You see what I'm saying? And so it's realistic that he failed. It's realistic that he got beat. You see what I'm saying? But once it became realistic that he should win, he won every time, dog. You see what I'm saying? We can't say the same for LeBron, dog. We can't say the same. You see what I'm saying? Oh, man. Bron fanboys, man. I don't know what kind of stuff they be saying, what kind of stuff be coming out of their mouths, dog. It's like they're just trying to compensate, you know, for the failures of LeBron. So they got to point at the failures of Michael Jordan when the failures are not the same. You see what I'm saying? It's not the same. You see what I'm saying? Whew. Oh, man. They dumb out here, dog. Don't make no sense. And we already know, dog. LeBron is not the GOAT. He not the GOAT, dog. He not the GOAT.